I wasn't sure about how I should open up this video due to how infuriating the subject is, but instead I will open up with a potential trigger warning and a viewer's discretion, as the subject we will be addressing is, quite frankly, beyond reprehensible. To say it is gross is a massive understatement. This is so much more, but let's get into this. We have ourselves an article on Dexerto that is titled, "YouTuber Under Fire for Charging Viewers to See Autopsy Photos of Murder Victim." True crime YouTuber Zav Girl has come under fire from viewers after charging people $3 to get to see autopsy photos of murdered 11-year-old Gannon Stotch, who was brutally murdered by his stepmom. In 2020, Gannon Stotch, 11, was murdered by his stepmom, Letitia Stotch. Letitia was found guilty by a Colorado court on May 8th, 2023, of stabbing and shooting Gannon to death in a fit of hatred and jealousy, then shoving his body in a suitcase, and was sentenced to life in prison without parole, The Independent reported at the time. After Letitia was sentenced, YouTuber Zav Girl, whose real name is unknown, obtained photos of Gannon's autopsy via a public records request. She then posted a video about them on her Patreon account, where her 88,000 followers could pay $3 to watch. The YouTuber has received backlash for posting the images on her Patreon account, which has now been deactivated by the company. Okay? I had to legit take a step back to calm down already, as this goes beyond exploitation and disturbing. Who in the right mind thinks it's ever was a good idea to exploit the death of a murdered young boy for views and money, and then paywalling fucking autopsy photos for further gain? I shouldn't have to go further in this, and I could very well end the video here with that point, but guys, there's more. On July 11th, Zav Girl issued a statement on her YouTube channel where she has 88,000 subscribers. She said people had been very divided on how they feel about the video, and she was hearing a lot from both sides. The reality of the situation is that different people feel differently about this, she said. Some people genuinely think making a video, including the autopsy photos, is bad, and I respect their opinion and feelings. Others, like herself, she said, thought the photos were interesting and informative, and were able to view it all in a more scientific, detached way. It's just one of those things where it depends on the person, she said. Zav Girl said she was charging the fee because she spent a lot of time and worked hard putting the video together. She also said she had been dealing with threats and was going to take a step back from her channel while she dealt with them. Oh, by the way, her apology was more akin to her trying to cope, as well as weave and squirm and sweat her way through trying to justify what she did. Plain and simple, she ain't sorry for her actions. She is sorry her bitch ass got backlash, and rightfully so. Now, while I don't advocate for death threats and whatnot, and you guys all know this about me, but for fuck's sake, man, this shit here, what did you think was going to happen? How do you think people were going to respond? While appearing on Dan Abrams' Live on July 11th, Michael Allen, the lead prosecutor on the Stotch case, said his office reached out to the child's family about the photos and revealed he urged them to reach out to a private attorney. Stotch's family has since spoken out about this, with his dad, Al, saying that there are people who have found a way to further the evils committed against Gannon. But goodness and love will prevail. For every hint of evil concocted, a preponderance of kindness outshines the darkness of those that would deepen our pain, he told News Nation. We just finished the trial just over 2 months ago, and now we're having to kind of relive some of this stuff and not being able to put it behind us, he said. The word I used to describe it is evil, said Al, adding that it was a dishonor to his son. Al said that he skipped only one day of the trial, the day the autopsy photos were shown to the jury to avoid seeing the pictures. Now I feel like I can't even go on YouTube without the possibility of accidentally coming across these photos, he said. And these statements here, man, just hurts my heart even more. We have a grieving family that lost their boy, 11 years old, as a reminder. And that is already supremely fucked as it is. But to now have said death further exploited for views and money and paywalling more content out of it and being reminded of that tragedy, I legitimately cannot even imagine how they must all be feeling over this. To the friends and family of Gannon, my deepest condolences for your loss and deepest apologies for this trauma. I cannot even fathom what you all must be going through. I wish nothing but the best for you all here, and I hope that you all can live your lives as best you can, and do so as well to honor Gannon, who is up in heaven with the Lord himself. As for Zav Girl, legitimately, fuck you. Go fuck yourself.